Hi there, guys. My name is Charles Lowe. This is my Marketing 151 term project on HYPEBEAST. HYPEBEAST is essentially a digital editorial slash e-commerce site. It initially started in 2005 as a sneaker blog in Hong Kong by a man named Kevin Ma, who's the current CEO of the company. At its core, HYPEBEAST releases its content and updates on the latest in high-end fashion, streetwear, and sneakers, as well as the latest updates on underground slash hip hop music. The reason why I chose Hypebeast for this project was that these things are currently my passion. It's been my passion since I was in the seventh grade. I'm currently working as a reseller and collector in the streetwear world, as well as majoring in advertising at the moment. And essentially, Hypebeast has become an exemplary influence for how I want to turn my passion into a potential long-term career. So let's take a look at Hypebeast and its site. When you enter Hypebeast, you'll notice that it's an extremely simplistic UI. It's designed with a white background with black lettering. You can obviously tell what the site is about. You got the latest streetwear clothing here. You have the latest shoe releases, and when you scroll down the site, it essentially is the same thing over and over again. You get release date for drops. There's trends that you can find, and it's more the same as just scrolling down. So when people go on Hypebeast, they essentially know what they're getting right away. We take a look up here, and we look at Hypebeast and its social media site. It's everywhere. They're on Twitter, they're on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, etc. You take a look at some of their followings. They have 605K followers on Twitter. They have nearly 7 million followers on Instagram. It's a pretty impressive following, and it speaks to how many people around the world are attracted to essentially what we call the culture. Hypebeast in general, they generate most of the revenue from advertising. As of the past year, they made around $33 million. They're also, in this advertising alone, they're also present as an IPO on the Hong Kong stock market. It's currently sitting at 0.58 HKD, which is roughly 7 cents in US dollar. Very low, but a pretty good stock to buy. We keep taking a look at Hypebeast, and if I had suggested on what I would do with the sites, the one I've had is ad diversity. So if we take a look at Hypebeast's website, and you start scrolling down, you'll notice there's a Ciroc ad, and it's the same ad over and over again as you're scrolling down. You'll see it like 3-4 times as you're scrolling, and here you see it repeats again. Ads normally don't change until you switch into another site or link. So if you click on this link right here, for example, you'll see that the ad changes, right? And changes to Celine, which is a high-end fashion company. So ad diversity kind of on the low. They need to essentially really rotate their ads so that it doesn't get repetitive. And speaking of repetitiveness, if you look at Hypebeast in their newsletter subscription, as well as the social media site, you'll notice that a lot of their content essentially repeats itself. The headline, the pictures, the titles. There's really no difference in across all platforms. It could get stale to the readers or the users, so I believe that there's a potential there for it to get fixed. Maybe present their platform and their content in a way that makes it unique. And another suggestion I would make is that if you look at their content on their site, it's information from all over the world, different sources, different country. You'll have to pretty much look at the links directly to know where the sources and the content is coming from. For example, they tell you there's a brand that's releasing a flagship store in Hong Kong, obviously, but I believe that there should be an option where you can essentially choose what content you want to view based on where you're living. Another suggestion that I have is essentially promoting their e-commerce store. As I mentioned, Hypebeast is also an e-commerce site, but they don't really promote the site, and it's hard to find it initially. It's just listed as a store on the top here. So we click on the link, and you'll notice that it obviously sells clothing, different accessories. There's a gift shop, but it's not really well promoted, and I think they could do a better job of that. And finally, my final suggestion would be expanding into other stock market. As I said before, they are IPO in Hong Kong right now. They've been an IPO since 2016. They've been doing pretty well so far, and I believe there is a potential for them to essentially expand into other countries' stock market. Obviously, they have headquarters and bases all over the world, so that is something that they could explore. And other than that, I believe that's the rest of my project. I appreciate you guys for taking a look. I'll post my link, and I believe that's it. I appreciate it. Thank you.